Welcome to this webinar. Let's talk application development. You have an idea, a business, and hopefully a product. So the world needs to know about it. You may even want to showcase it. And if your product needs a strong digital footprint, then you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about web-based applications. I'll touch on WordPress, I'll pilot an application I programmed in Ruby, and there might even be a joke or two. So let's dive in. WordPress websites make up about 1/3 of all websites in the world, and that's not a good thing. WordPress pales in comparison to properly programmed applications, and WordPress typically makes between 3 to 10 times more resource requests, is between 2 to 3 times larger in page size, meaning if your physical hosting server provides a bandwidth capacity of, say, 100 megabytes per second, and your average page size is around 2 megabytes, your application will struggle to handle over 50 concurrent connections. Now, this is a problem for your business if your business is online, and it's a WordPress-specific problem due to the typical Apache web server configuration, the nature of Apache itself, and more notably, your hosting configuration. You see, WordPress doesn't have an ephemeral data structure, so viruses can easily be uploaded to hijack web applications and, in consequence, infect your visitors. The apps are generally poorly managed, require constant patchwork, and in many cases fail to comply to licensing agreements held by theme and plugin developers. Also, WordPress is built in the PHP programming language, which, of all programming languages, has nearly the most vulnerabilities in the world. Not to mention, PHP programmers don't make a killing, so quality typically doesn't follow suit. So what's the solution? Drupal, Joomla, some other CMS? How about a properly programmed application? I mean a program that follows best coding practices, an MVC framework, and that's cleanly written and dry. CMSs just don't cut it. Their approach is quantity over quality and opt for configuration over convention. And this is not appropriate or professional and will eventually bottleneck your revenues. So let's talk numbers. I'm sure you're familiar with the multi-billion-dollar companies Airbnb, GitHub, and Basecamp, and they all use the same principal technology I do and are scalable, secure, and insanely fast web-based applications because of it. Now you're probably thinking, come on, developers are too expensive. And you're right. But I guess it's like a safe car. I'd rather spend a bit more to know my family would be safer than choose a cheaper option that doesn't consider my family's best interest, which is safety. Now let's talk about how many developers it took to build one of the 3 companies I mentioned. Take the estimated $100 billion company Basecamp, for example. They have incredible value, yet their app was built by only a handful of developers. Because these days, developers that cost more know more, and it doesn't take a large team to put an application into production. So let's talk money. Hiring a developer or a team of developers is costly, and the approach is usually the same. They start from point zero. Now, I'm passionate about programming and program stable, reusable blocks of code to expedite your product development and cut costs. A good programmer among the popular languages earn between 70 to 120K per year. So say our median value is around 95,000. Multiply that by 3, add a work environment, insurance, utilities, computers for your employees, and then you have to pay them every year. Now, unless you're building out stellar features every month, that's just too expensive. For some companies, that is. And if that wasn't enough, some of us are weird, right? Like, some programmers are tough to be around, strange types of people. And all you want is your digital product. You know, babies are cute, but that doesn't necessarily mean you want to be there when they're being made, right? Things can get weird pretty quick. And that's the benefit of outsourcing your development cycle. You can work with your technician like you would any service provider, by email or by phone. You don't worry about your electricity bill, right? You just pay it. Like anything else, you probably don't care about the intricate calculations involved in getting the right amount of electricity to your home. You just plug something in and expect it to work. And that's why outsourcing is better. It is so much more affordable and without the minutia of dev talk. You don't care about the details, you want results. Take me, for example. I built the S2P marketplace Linky Lab by myself in 3 months of programming, and there are a load of cool features. So let's take a look. A user can create their account or log in. Very simple. A user can upload their photo. Their photo has a bit of post-processing, making it nice and clean, and all unstructured data types, like photos and PDFs, are stored using Amazon's S3 storage. On this page, I see my basic account details, I can see the PDF I uploaded earlier, and add a service I propose to clients. Let's say software creation and development. I'll save my profile. If a client requests that service, I'll receive a notification, and the request will populate on my dashboard. My dashboard shows a list of stats relevant to me. I view in blue my data as a client, and in purple my data as a service provider. I I could even see the progress of a provider I'm working with on a project to have a better grasp as to how far along they are in the process. The discussion panel on my invoice allows me to stay in touch with the provider along the way. If I know the client I'm working with, I can generate a quote to be sent to that client. Going through my menu, I see my past transactions, private messages, premium to purchase a license, giving me premium advantages. There's also a checkout section integrated with the Stripe API. I can submit a support ticket to the application admin, write an article for others from the community to read, comment, and like, and a few other features. This application is simple, efficient, and is becoming a great success in the sector of R&D in France. The features here aren't a complete showcase as to all I provide, but you can read more in the proposal section on my web app. So you may be wondering about your application. I can customize your application to your company needs. I offer free consultation, quotation, and always do my best to beat the competition. Contact me anytime to find out more.